Okay, we got green lights. Hi Dave, how you going? Hi to anybody else that's joined us as well. I'll just double check that we are actually live and it's looking good. Okay, yep, we're live. Welcome guys, this is episode 59 of ChatTactic and we're going to be looking at the Steam Summer Sale today, and we've got another giveaway today. We've got we've got the Total Conflict Resistance, another key there, so thanks to the devs for that one as well. So I'll be giving that one away at the end of the session. Also want to talk about Xenonauts as well. So I think what we might do is let's get the Steam Summer Sale out of the way. Now, I did actually ask on my Discord, I'm just going to move this one up above my recording, so hopefully the recording will still stay. I won't be able to see what's going on there. I'll just put this one over here. So I did actually ask on my Discord, if people actually had been buying things and what they sort of thought was a good one for us to have a bit of a look at today. Whoops, hang on. I just got to get this so I can actually then see what's going on. It's sort of I need a third monitor. Oh god, I clicked the wrong thing. I need a third monitor here so I can actually sort of check and see what's going on here. So I'll leave that one there. All right, that will be okay. I can still see the green light that it's actually all going. Hi Chris, how you going? And hi Eddie Ballgame. Tina is saying, is this the first time Shadow Empire is on sale? I didn't know it was. Okay, well, let's start there. It's I had no idea. I didn't think I think it may be actually. If it is now, again, I'm sorry, my the pricing is Australian dollars. So when we look at something, is it on sale? Yeah, 45% off. Yeah, it must. Oh, hang on, no, I think it was on sale when the when the Oceania was released. So is Oceania also on special? It's the complete bundle. No, 10% off. Okay, for Oceania in there. All right, so so that one is on special. This is Shadow Empire. So I've been playing this a little bit on Twitch actually over the last week. I'll probably be playing it for a few more days yet. I will be, as soon as I'm allowed to show Xenonauts 2, I'll be switching across on my Twitch channel to be able to do that one. I can do that in today's the 4th for me, so 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. So in 3 days' time, I'll be able to actually do live streams of Xenonauts 2, and that's I've been having a lot of fun with that actually. I've been playing that one a lot. Hi Ricardo and Pickle Father, how you guys going? And Bubo, they're saying I bought a Steam Deck, Grim Dawn, and some actually I don't see all of the stuff there. It's underneath my other stuff. And some CK2 DLC in the CK2, not even CK3, in the Steam Summer Sale. So Battle Mode saying hi Ben, and Roger is saying hi as well. Welcome guys. Yeah, so look, I was asking on my Discord like if people had been buying anything, and it's funny because it seemed like a lot of people just weren't that interested this time around in the Steam Summer Sale. I don't know why, because normally it's quite a popular thing to do. Hang on, I'll just get this on top. So Chris is saying, I've been playing a lot of, and I mean a lot of that classic game made centuries ago, chess. There we are. CB is saying hi as well. Tenor is saying, is Xeno 2 an improvement over Xeno 1 in your opinion? I'm not supposed to give a review, but I will say, it's funny, I contacted the publisher. Okay, Hooded Horse is the publisher of Xenonauts, and I'll talk about Xenonauts in a minute. We'll get maybe I will talk about Xenonauts now, because that way we can at least just get it out of the way. So it is coming. Xenonauts 2 is coming fairly soon. So on the 18th of July. So it's still a few weeks away in terms of what's going to happen with the actual game itself. And so I was speaking with my contact there at Hooded Horse. They've got some good games, Hooded Horse, and this is just one of them. And it was funny because I can't put my finger on why I like this game so much. And it was I was trying to see if they could actually nail it for me. I was getting them to do the work for me, and it was it's just the it's I don't know, it's just that I think it's called the irrational tenth is what Napoleon used to call it, where you have that you can do 90% of everything the best you possibly can, but there's always going to be that little 10% that you've got no control over that just makes something magical. And Xenonauts 2 has got that, and it's sort of weird because it's so similar to the original in so many different ways, but it actually it's just got that little bit of magic about it, and it's like every battle is so much more engaging than in Xenonauts 1. And again, you're thinking, why? And you really, I don't know what it is. It's just little things have just made it. I think that there's more interaction with different sorts of groups now in the game, which actually really does make it quite interesting. Like if we have a bit of a look at it. So this is not a review. I'm not allowed to do a review of the game, but this is not a review. And we'll have a look. Hi, Drexy, how you going? And Sorbacol. So Ben saying, from what I've played in the demo, Xenonauts 2 is better. Some nice improvements to mechanics. It's funny because the demo doesn't go anywhere near like what the actual game has got. Like the actual game itself. When I played the demo, I was impressed with the way it played because it was similar to the original. So it felt familiar, but it's still, when you actually play the actual game, which is what I've been playing, there's just something magical about it, more so than the demo. The demo really has just got like one mission, basically one very, very early mission that you can then go and play. But when you're playing the actual game, you're finding that each mission is really quite different, and it's really interesting. So Ricardo saying comes out of my birthday, very convenient. Yeah, there we go. You can actually use a you can basically sort of go and what's it, guilt-free get the game at that particular point. Now, actually, Mars Tactics is also coming. That's interesting. I do really want this game. It's one of my most anticipated games of the year, believe it or not. No one else is even rating it, but I really like the look of it. Anyway, about this game. Xenonauts 2 is a strategy game, puts you in charge of a multinational military organisation, tasked with eliminating an extraterrestrial threat. It's actually not just extraterrestrial as well. Like this is actually, I think, one of the things that makes it really, really interesting. You've actually now got a terrestrial threat as well that you have to deal with. And the combination of the two, I think it does talk about it. I'm hoping I'm not giving away stuff. Working from the shadows, you must seek out and engage the growing alien presence wherever it appears. Expand and manage a covert network of bases across the globe. Pursue research and development to bridge the technological gap with the alien invaders. Train, arm and command your ground troops wherever the alien threat emerges. So the enemy is everywhere. So it's 2009. The Cold War continues. The Berlin Wars. So it's a different timeline. It's one of the things that they've actually sort of got. In the shadows, a secret organisation works beyond arbitrary political boundaries to gather information about a greater threat to humanity. Mysterious sightings of unidentified flying objects and unknown beings have grown more common, coinciding with escalating international tensions and panic. And I can't remember if the original one used a panic mechanism. This is where I haven't played like Xenonauts 1 for such a long time, but I don't remember that being a feature. But it's now a feature in the game where global panic is actually something that's quite big. Those who report such findings frequently disappear without a trace, and it's clear that the aliens grow bolder with each passing day. Time is of the essence. So, a mysterious threat. So here we go. So knowledge is power. Blah 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 blah. Eliminate extraterrestrial forces in deadly tactical combat to recover research samples. Now, that plays very similar to the original Xenonauts, which is fine. Like, it does feel there. Here we go. This one here, this has added so much magic to the game. This is the second point here. Aliens aren't all you'll be fighting. Human agents known as cleaners work in tandem with the extraterrestrial threat, bringing with them added varieties of troops, combat locations, and mission objectives. The cleaners work to further alien goals and objectives, operating directly under their influence. Any strike against the cleaners is an indirect strike against their alien overlords. You will have the opportunity to gather intel by infiltrating their bases, securing data, and seeing how far the conspiracy goes. The great thing about the cleaners is that it's like a whole other campaign that runs in conjunction with the main campaign, and it's actually it's a much shorter campaign, which means that if you only wanted to play the game, like, because I don't like playing games that take like 100 hours or whatever, and in this case you could actually just play the game where you still play the base game, but you're playing where you try to wipe out like the cleaners maybe, and that would be a much shorter game to play if you're wanting to. So there's just, I don't know, there's just, as I say, there's that irrational tenth, there's that little bit of magic about the game that just, for me, I'm just finding it so engaging, so much fun. Every combat engagement is an opportunity to learn about the enemy force. I think there's more different types of aliens as well. I can't remember too much about the alien forces in the game. Actually, that was interesting. There's a screen there where it actually, see how it's going. It's going actually to the direct, like, I haven't seen it actually do the 45-degree turns. I've only seen the 90-degree turns with the isometrics. So I don't know how they got that like that. Anyway, that's maybe they change it again afterwards. In-depth strategic layers, yeah, blah blah blah. Anyway, it's certainly worth looking at, in my opinion. It's not a review. I'm not allowed to do a review. But and we're just looking at what's been written in through here. But there is something magical about this game, I've got to say. It really is. There's a few little changes as well. Actually, there is one exploit, which again, yeah, maybe no, I won't talk about it because there is a way of actually that you can do things a bit differently now than what I remember that you could do back with the original. When you actually are sort of taking over their spaceships, you can sort of do something that I found which is a little bit exploitive, I guess. Anyway, but it's a lot of fun. It's a real lot of fun. All right, so I won't talk too much more about Xenonauts 2, but that's coming in a couple of weeks. And if you are, I will be having content here on YouTube about it. Obviously, I think it's one of the, it's certainly one of the best games that's come out this year, in my opinion, or it will be. So really looking forward to getting my teeth right into that one, and also I'll be doing a lot of Twitch streaming of this game, for the simple reason that for that Daz Demption style of play that I have, where basically if you have a named character that ends up dying, you get banned for an hour. There's a lot of people that die in this game, so there's going to be a lot of banning going on, I think, with the various runs that I do on Twitch. So I'm looking forward to that. That'll be quite good fun. I think it's going to have to be that if you get you don't always die, but I think like when I play it, if you end up losing all your hit points, that'll be the trigger. So I'm looking forward to being able to do that in just a few more days' time. All right, where are we? So, hi the Wise, how are we going? I'm just going back up the top there. So, Drex is saying, only looking at the Decisive Campaigns game on the sale. Here listening, but it won't be in the chat much. That's okay. So, yeah, Decisive Campaigns, that's another one of, like, if we look at, this is another one of Vic, the same developer as now is that on special? Yeah, 20% off. Okay, so not massive. The bundle information, this is the Buy Hardcore War Games bundle. Yeah, so you've got a lot there, 50% off. It's still expensive, though. I mean, these are niche games. Buy the Decisive Campaigns bundle, that's 65% off. That's there's a lot in there. This is the same developer as Shadow Empire. So it's like for the Decisive Campaigns. These are really quite cool, like the way they sort of do play. It's funny. I bypassed Decisive Campaigns because I was playing Advanced Tactics, and I don't really like preset maps. I like to have random maps, and I sort of kicked myself because when I played the game, finally, I really liked what had been done. It was very, very cool. Anyway, let's continue on. So, hi Jeff, how you going? And Ricardo saying, it comes out on my birthday. We did that one through there. And Eddie Ballgame saying, Daz, your recent video on Shadow Empire model design was most informative, helpful. Thanks for that. It was that was one of the lives I did it during the live stream. I thought actually this is really good stuff. So I then just spent like an hour and a bit editing it down to something like 10 minutes. I think that whole process was about an hour and a bit's worth of actual gameplay, like to actually get to that particular result actually. But it was good because it did actually show so much of what the game is now bringing back in. So the Shadow Empire model designer, the Shadow Empire blueprints, how they work together, how the model director actually now sort of works with the game is really interesting now. It's for me, it's very, very engaging. So Sorbicol is saying Xenonauts 2 is definitely an improvement on Xenonauts 1. Much better user interface, much better quality of life improvements, and the air combat works. The air combat doesn't work yet, actually, I've got to say. That's being worked on, and I don't know when that will be finished. I did ask about that because I'm actually finding that the air combat it reminds me very much of Xenonauts 1, but I think the dev wants to do a little bit more with that than what's actually sort of there. But it's it's a really, really cool game, and it's going to go into early access, by the way. So Xenonauts has had a massively long. We'll just do that one again. Its development process is, I don't know when it started, the actual development process, but it has been years and years and years in development. Like, it's been a long, long period of time, and and if people have thought that it was actually going to die out, people thought the game had been abandoned at different times, things like that. So it's been a very, very long process, and I think that the early access, I would assume, will also take a fair bit of time. Like, if we look at discussions, when do they start? Because I think it was in development even before it came to Steam. Like, if we just go back to the last one, so 2021's not that bad. I thought it was a lot earlier than that. It still may be earlier than that, but anyway, that's showing most recent active topic. Okay, you need the search tool to find the older topics. I don't know what they would be. So that's just the within the last couple of years. But it certainly has been in development for a long, long period of time. So there's going to be questions like this, for example, how big of an upgrade will X2 be over X1? I've not played X1 that much, but I've got pretty far, enjoyed it a lot. Those who played X2, how much more in terms of tech options, etc. do you see? The reason I ask, I've been footsing with Wasteland 3 to get my tactical combat fix, and think maybe I'd rather just play X1. And then there's different answers coming back and through here. It's funny because it's so hard for me to pin why the game is so much better than Xenonauts 1, but it feels so much better, but I can't tangibly think about it, what it actually is, like why. And I've sort of hope that somebody can nail it, because I think that superficially people will think, oh, there's not that much difference to it, but there really is. Like, when you play it, there really is a lot. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so so Tenor is saying, I hope they improve the cover system during ground battles. That was the one thing I hated in the first one. I'm not sure what you mean by the cover system. They still have the cover system. For me, it looks, from what I can remember, you can still like everything in the game can be basically destroyed. So you can destroy cover. You can do all the different bits and pieces that you need to do. The game spells everything out for you, so you can see exactly what's in play. Like, the user interface is very, very cool. It's everything's exposed, which is good. I'm just saying, so far only brought Punk Wars during the Steam sale, ridiculously cheap 4X game. Haven't played enough of it to say if it's any good. I don't know that one. So Jemison saying hi, so hi back. And Sorbical saying it's the closest facsimile to the original XCOM games I've ever played. Yeah, it's like this is so Xenonauts 2. Yeah, it really is. It really does feel. It feels so much better than even that as well, like the original XCOM for me. It's again, I like the idea of the XCOM games. I like the idea of Xenonauts, and I found that Xenonauts 1 was similar to XCOM, but after you've played 2 or 3 battles, they feel the same, whereas in Xenonauts 2 they just don't. And again, I just can't nail why that's the case, but there's something magical about it. Spark is saying, will the Xenonauts 2 early access be feature complete? That's a good question, and it's one of those things. There is a roadmap. Which, if we just go back, I don't know if I tried to find it the other day, the roadmap, but I can't actually sort of see it. And I don't think that they've actually put much information out about it. But there is actually a roadmap. If we have a look in here, maybe there's a link. I have a Discord which you can certainly ask questions in through there. That's the forums. I couldn't find the roadmap the other day, but it's but there is stuff in through here somewhere. Certainly within the game itself, it's got like a link to a roadmap, which at the moment doesn't work, but this is an early access to the game that I've actually got. There's a start of a wiki as well for the game, which I think is great. So they're doing a lot of things right. Like I'm guessing a lot of that's the Hooded Horse sort of influence that's sort of coming in as well. So I think the combination of having Hooded Horse as the publisher and and then the devs sort of working on the game is going to be a good one. But I can't actually see. it does show what they're working on. Like, for example, I did read on one of the notes that they actually had that they're working on the random interiors for the different spaceships and things like that. So there's certainly going to be a lot of content in through there. Where are we up to? So we've got. So Pickle Father saying, Daz, why are you describing the current state of the world? And we've got Mercury saying Aliens Dark Descent. I don't know that one. So Pickle Father saying, I thought this was a gaming channel. So Pickle saying it was alien infiltration, I think, not panic. Once the aliens reach a certain level of influence, that country would withdraw. However, I played a long time ago too. Yeah, it's funny. Like, I think that's sort of what the panic levels actually are. And I think they then withdraw their money in Xenonauts 2. And I can't remember exactly how that worked in Xenonauts 1. I always got bored with Xenonauts 1. Like, I loved the idea of it, but got bored with it. Whereas Xenonauts 2, I'm actually finding that I'm wondering what each next battle is going to bring, because there's always something a bit different. Resmalin's saying evening, so hi back, and and morning to me. Thanks for that. So Sorbical is saying it worked for me. I had to auto resolve all the air combat for Xenonauts 1. Yeah, okay. That's interesting. So it's the recommendation to the version that I'm playing is that you auto resolve the combat. But I did try one, and I'm thinking this looks fine. Like it looked fine to me. Anyway, hi Marco, how you going? And Spark is saying that the Kickstarter campaign for Xenonauts 2 funded 20th of July. Oh, there we go, 2018. So I thought it was even older than that, to be honest. I thought it was really a really long time ago. Dave Flute saying Songs of Conquest is 50%. I did actually ask my Discord to recommend some games that were over 75%. So I'll go back to the list that's come from Discord. There's not that many games, but we'll have a quick look at those for the Steam Summer Sale when we get to that one. Tenor is saying cover felt useless in Xenonauts 1. I had so many people get one shot that it became frustrating until I got better tech that allowed me to kill enemies before they do anything. I think that the secret to Xenonauts 1, 2, whatever, is to go in to be cautious and then to withdraw. Like, rather than take two shots where you're trying to sort of duke it out with the aliens, move backwards a little bit, and then sort of try to withdraw to draw them forward. I think that's the better way of doing it. Because I find that when I'm playing it, whether it be Xenonauts 1, 2, or whatever, I tend to get too hot-headed with the attacks and think, I can take him out if I just get one lucky shot, but it doesn't ever work that way. Okay, so Sorbical is saying, so Daz, on the important question, Alex Carey's dismissal of Johnny Bairstow, spirit of the game or not. Look, okay, day 3, Johnny Bairstow versus Marnus Labuschagne. I'll leave that with you. Was that in the spirit of the game? He attempted exactly the same thing, and he missed. And so, no, it definitely is in the spirit of the game. It's God, I wasn't even going to talk about it today. I've been watching a lot of the stuff because I was watching it yesterday. This is the Ashes cricket we're just discussing, but yeah, no, definitely within the spirit of the game. But in my opinion, I can't believe that there's been so much of a stink about it because it's the wicket keeper's job to actually try to get people out. That's part of their repertoire, and Bairstow tried it and wasn't good enough. Carey did it and was good enough. So it's sort of anyway, I won't get too involved because there's a lot of unless you're from either Australia or England, I don't think there's any Australians watching. You're not going to know what we're talking about. So we'll move on. But yeah, for me, it was definitely fair. Definitely part of the game, and Bairstow was just dopey, like to put himself in that position. That was his own fault. So it's just the way it goes. Anyway, William Thomas is saying X1 was ruthless. I got invested in my troops, and Xenonauts 1 likes to erase many troops in a game. It's you still have the same thing happening in here. So Xenonauts 2 is ruthless as well. I think it's one of these things again where I think that the approach you have to the game is going to dictate. Like, for example, I think in Xenonauts 1 and 2, really, if you have your A team, and all you use is your A team in every single mission, you're going to find that when you start to lose those members, and all you've got then is privates sort of coming up, where they don't have any experience, you're going to get absolutely creamed in either game, really, like Xenonauts 1, Xenonauts 2. But if you actually have a regime where you try to actually keep a little bit of veterancy, a little bit of new people coming through all the time, just to sort of try to round out I guess the skill levels of your team in Xenonauts, then you should be able to do reasonably well. And if you play cautiously, I'll be trying to do some. Just reading Tina's thing. My secret was save scumming. It certainly is easy to save scum. In fact, there's actually a tick box where you can actually where you can change the results of your save scumming in the new game. So that was as Battlemode's saying that doesn't work in the original UFO of Xenonauts. You can play like with Xenonauts 2. You've got an Iron Man mode, of course. You've also got, when you bring back the save games, you can actually tick a box to bring back a different random number generator, like a different what's the root number or whatever it is, like, so that it's different when it comes so the results are different. Otherwise, they'll be the same, basically the same roles. Yeah, Battlemode saying you have to keep your team alive and retreat if you're losing. Your men are not expendable. Yeah, exactly. It's one of those things. I think that's the way that you play. And Darkson saying new people equals cannon fodder. Well, it's funny because as I say, I've been experimenting with the actual, like with Xenonauts 2, and it's been interesting to sort of, I don't know, just fiddle about with things. And it's the team that you have. It does present them a lot better than what I remember as Xenonauts 1. You can make choices about your team much easier, I think. So because saying Xenonauts is about using your troops as cannon fodder at times, especially early game when they can't hit a cow's ass with a banjo. You'll be getting your snipers to do all the work. It's funny, I'm actually finding that it's the opposite. I'm actually finding that I'm using the assault guys more than anything to close the gaps, and I'm finding them the most fun in the new version. But it's anyway, I'm not allowed to talk about it's not a review; it's just a discussion. So anyway, we'll continue on. But it really does look good. I've got to say that I am really impressed with it, but I can't put my finger on why I'm so impressed with it. It really is. It's been a pleasure to play, so I can tell you that. But as I say, not a review, just a vague comment coming back through. All right, let's go through some of the games that people have recommended for the Steam Summer Sale. So I'll just bring up now. I'm not going to be able to see everything in chat now. So there's been, like, I did actually so if I just go back to the Steam store and so at the summer sale, which is still around for about another week, so that'll be there for still another week's worth of specials, and there is actually a lot, as you can sort of see through here. And I think if I don't see the games that have been mentioned, I'll just go and start to search for them. But there's been like the Civilization series apparently is really quite cheap at the moment. So Civ, what was it mentioned? Civ 5 and 6 even. So 5 and 6, Gathering Storm. Actually, I'll just go back into one of these and we'll just go and have a bit of a look to see. So if you don't have the Civilization series, you might be able to pick that one up. And what's this one? What's the special on this one in through here? Old game now, I guess. Yeah, 90% off. So that's really cheap. And you've got 70% off, to get basically to complete your bundle. Basically, if you're wanting to get all of the different DLC for Civ, so there's some pretty good prices in through that one through there. So yeah, look at 88%, 63% off the different sorts of things that are actually in through this other side. If we have a look at all of the DLC, some of them aren't. Okay, so some of the packs aren't special, but some of them actually are. Anyway, that's Civ with some good deals in through there. Civ 5 and 6 and 4 by the looks of things as well. So that's actually one that we've got there. Other ones were Humankind, which I didn't ever really like. Like I never really got into it. This is it's a bit similar to the Civ types of things. Yeah, it's only mixed reviews in here. 67% is not great, and it never really hit its the high mark that that it sort of was trying to promise at the start. And yeah, 80% off for that one through there. So that is a cheap. Like if you're wanting to sort of play the game, then that's a cheap one to get there. I think that you still have fun with it, but it's just not the sort of game. I don't like games that go through eras, and that was sort of where it was. So Voodoo Dog saying, did I miss the Xenonauts 2 part? Yes, you did. We literally just finished it. Okay, so yeah, so Humankind, not my favourite game. I didn't play much of it, to be honest. It just didn't really interest me that much. Gladius apparently is on special again. It's sort of yeah, wow, this is cheap. I mean, it was cheaper a few weeks ago when it was completely free, but this is still 90% off. Wow, yeah, so $6 basically. That's Australian dollars, so that'd be like $4.50 or something in US, I would imagine, somewhere around there. So and an average of 60% off for the actual for the DLC, I'm guessing. I know only 10% off for some of these. I wish that they would make these cheaper. Like these are like there's a lot of DLC in here. There's fewer 50% off, fewer 40% off. I guess these are fairly recent, but yeah. So there's still specials. The latest Firepower pack is not coming back in. But if you are, again, if you like the base game of Gladius is one of those games that is great just to get a feel for it. So this is really really a very, very, very sort of good game in that sort of sense. I'll just read a few more of the comments there as we go through. Sobical saying to Tenru, last build of Xenonauts 2 I played was pretty solid, but actually I can't see all of that. I'll just move that one up to the top. Still some bugs, but nothing show-stopping. Yeah, look, it's I think it's really quite. I have had no issues with the game at all. It's been really good fun with Xenonauts. Battlemaid saying nobody likes Humankind, and saying Civ 4 is the best Civ game. Well, Civ 2 with the what was the mod? Fall from Heaven. That was awesome. I loved that was my favourite. I think of the favourite experience I've had with any Civilization game was Civ 2 with Fall from Heaven mod. I'm pretty sure, or was it Civ 4 with the Fall from Heaven mod? I can't remember which one it was, but anyway, whichever one it was that was awesome. In fact, it was Fall from Heaven 2, but I can't remember which version of Civ it was that it was made for. Chris is saying, yeah, Humankind, I bought that and refunded an hour later. It was terrible, says Chris. SM is saying, hell, given how recently low budget Xenonauts is, given how pretty niche as well, very much a hardcore fan of the first XCOM. I'm impressed the sequel is still in development. Yeah, oh yeah, look, and it's very good. So what is the bandwidth? What's so bad with Humankind? Genuine question. I haven't played it. For me, it just didn't. It sort of. I don't know if it was trying to do too much and then didn't really sort of work on any level. For me, I didn't play enough of it. But I really don't like games that start off like in a Stone Age setting and then you end up in the Space Age, like a couple of hours later. For me, that's just, I prefer to just, if it was a Stone Age game, keep it a Stone Age game. That's why I think that games like Old World, for me, actually are I much prefer like a game like Old World than a game like than Humankind, for example. Okay, so Chris is saying it's not very polished in my opinion, buggy, slow, and a terrible user interface. Roger's saying Northgard is 70% off and Oriental Empires is 80% off. Well, I'll come back to those in just a minute, actually. I'll just go to the bottom. Hi, Tarank, how you going? Still saying I actually had some fun with Humankind. Yeah, look, it's not going to be like, I know that like most people actually do like the Civilization type games where you do go through the eras. I'm just not one of those people. I've never really liked those eras. Tenor is saying Sorbical, yes, sounds good. Alien Dark Descent, on the other hand, uses a autosave system, and I somehow triggered a bug during the 7th mission that didn't allow me to save except through cinematics. So, okay. Civ 4, Fall from Heaven 2, there we go, says Ben. So it was Civ 4. Yeah, in that case, that was the best one. And Eddie Ballgame saying the same thing. And saying it's an excellent game to this day. Yeah, that was the most fun that I've had. And I guess Fall from Heaven stopped the like you couldn't go through eras with that as well, and I think that's also why I liked the Fall from Heaven mod just so well. Like it was just awesome. I wonder if it's still considered the best mod of all time. I don't know. I don't know if it is. Just trying to think. There's been some other. In my opinion, I think the Renaissance mod for Warlock would be the best mod, better than Fall from Heaven, in my opinion. But I don't know. It'd be interesting. One day we'll have to have everyone put their thinking caps on and come up with what they think the best mod of all time actually is. But I'm sure that Fall from Heaven 2 will actually be in there as well. Serge is saying Civ 5 plus Vox Populi mod is good as well. I didn't really ever get into Civ 5. Northgard is good and Cross of Midgard is solid, says SM. Battlemate saying I'm playing Fall from Heaven 2 at the moment with this Svartalfar. That's isn't the Svartalfar? Isn't the Svarts the in from Warlock? Actually, Eddie's just retracted his message just before I got to see it. I didn't quite get there. Okay, so Silvercall's saying to Tenru, I've been watching other streamers play Alien Dark Descent, and while it nails that alien vibes, not sure of it for me. The game looks a little limited. Legit Spooner saying, hi Daz, did you see the Star Wars Empire at War Gold pack is on sale? Whoa, okay, because I've actually had that on my wish list, but it hasn't come up. I've got the original sitting on my desktop over there. Hang on, Empire at War. And the reason I'm not Wart. The reason I want the gold pack, and I've been actually, I might grab that actually. I'll have to look at this one here. There's a it's a really old game, but there's a mod that I'm interested in with it, and that's the only reason I'm thinking of actually picking it up. But I'll have to think about it. I'll check it all out. But it's so it's not a great special, like for something that's so old. But there is a mod, and I forget what it is, but I can't get it to work off my CD drive. So so I'll have to get the Steam version of it. Okay, so where are we up to? Actually, Silvercall's saying surely Long War is the best mod of all time. Actually, yeah, probably is actually when you think about it. For the XCOM, yeah, Long War for XCOM 1 is my favourite mod of all time, says William. Yeah, actually, you probably are right. Actually, that one really did add so much, to XCOM, didn't it? Really, just amazing what they did with that. Silvercall's saying I can only recommend it once since they patched all the bugs. It was an enjoyable experience even with the bugs, since I bothered looking for ways to fix them instead of uninstalling. Dark Elves says Cecil, so Svartalfar is the Dark Elves, so that's from the Fall from Heaven mod. Battle Mode saying best mod of all time, toss up between Jagged Alliance 1.3, Fall from Heaven 2, and Divide and Conquer Third Age for Medieval 2, Lord of the Rings mod. I didn't ever play that one. There's a few that were a few Lord of the Rings mods, weren't there, for Medieval, and I never really ever. I played one and didn't like it much, which is just sort of funny because I do like that sort of area. Oh, Kaiserreich for Hearts of Iron 4 is amazing. Well, actually, Kaiserreich for Hearts of Iron 2. I didn't know that Hearts of Iron 4 had a good version of Kaiserreich. I didn't think it was as good as Hearts of Iron 2, because Kaiserreich in Hearts of Iron 2 was incredible. But then when I tried to, and it's been years since I've tried to play Hearts of Iron 4 with that mod, but I knew it was in development, but I didn't know how far along it actually ever got. But certainly in Hearts of Iron 2, because they skipped over Hearts of Iron 3 with that mod, and then just waited for Hearts of Iron 4. But I haven't played that for a long period of time. That was a good mod as well. If you don't know, Kaiserreich is an alternate history after World War One, and it basically is where the Germans win World War One, and then the rest of everything else sort of collapses, and so it's really fascinating. Like the alternate history that they've sort of got with the start of the next war is everything is really balanced because of their alternate history, which is just amazing. That actually, Kaiserreich got me really interested in in alternate history novels. Actually, I started reading a lot of different novels where it was alternate history stuff, and it was really, really cool. Like, it's a really interesting aspect of actually going, you know, what if something little happened that then changed the course of history. You know, it is quite fascinating. Reminds me of is it Blackadder, where they had where they came in and they accidentally killed Wellington at the Battle of Waterloo, and then they go back in time and they go back to England and they're all speaking French or something. I forget which one it is. Anyway, it's just funny the way it all sort of does work out. SM is saying, you know, with XCOM 3 unlikely to arrive, the idea occurs to me there's going to be a bigger market for indie XCOM-like games. There already is. I mean, you've got Phoenix Point and other games like that. I mean, Phoenix Point, I think, was the same developers from the Long War mod, I think. Or am I getting that one wrong? Am I thinking of a different game? I may be thinking of a different game there. Master of Mana for Civ 4 is another excellent fantasy mod. I haven't played that one, Eddie. So Jemison saying, also don't forget Conquest of Elysium 5 is only 15 euros, absolute steal for that price. Conquest of Elysium. Elysium or EO? I'm sort of half surprised that they would actually have that on special. Oh, 50% off. There we are. Okay. 50% off for that one. There we go. So now is your time to pick these ones. Because I didn't think that Illwinter Games actually ever did specials. Like, it's sort of unusual for them to do that because they're such a niche company. Yeah, Team Fortress is a pretty mod. I mean, it spawned a whole type of shooter. Yes, it did. And Sith's saying, yeah, Kaiser Reich is awesome. Supercool saying to SM, I'll be willing to bet at least £20 that Firaxis will announce an XCOM 3 at some point soon, given that the fall out from the non-selling of Midnight Suns, XCOM 3 would be a guaranteed hit. I don't know Midnight Suns, actually. I haven't come across that one. So SM is saying, oh, that's odd. Shadow of Forbidden Gods isn't cheaper on Steam alone, but it's cheaper that it's a loan price if you take it in a bundle with Refugees. Oh, okay. It's absolutely one of the better alternate history settings, says Cecil about Kaiser Reich. Yeah, it really is quite a... Even just reading through the alternate history is interesting. Well, I didn't ever play it in Hearts of Iron 4. I played it in Hearts of Iron 2, and as I say, really, really enjoyed it. Jeff is saying the Colonial Charter mod for Banished takes some beating. I haven't played much of Banished at all, actually. And Battle Mode saying, Phoenix Point was Julian Gollop, original developer of the first UFO game. Okay, yeah, so it wasn't Phoenix Point. The developers of the developers of Long War did Space Games, where is it? Terra Invicta. That's their game. So the developers of Long War did Terra Invicta. So they started off as modders, then put themselves together and built that game. So there we go. I'm pretty sure. In fact, let's just fact check me. I've been accused of bullshitting at times, so we'll Terra Invicta. I don't know if it's be on special. It doesn't look like it is. Early access still. 46% off. Oh, that's with a bundle. 25% off natively. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it's the same people who built the Long War mod. I thought. Yeah, it doesn't actually mention their pedigree there, but I thought it was. So anyway, that's Terra Invicta. Actually, William is saying Terra Invicta. There we go. So yep. So okay, you guys are in agreement. That's good. So I'm not bullshitting. Okay, so now we've got Colonial Charter mod for Banish. Yeah, we did that one. Phoenix Point, yep. And Silverkill saying I didn't know they're busy developing Civ 7. And Jake Solomon quit for Axis, so they'll need another big game designer to attach to it. Oh, there we go. Ian Asik is saying, have you seen that the current beta for Advanced Tactics Gold lets you choose your starting faction now? Yes, that's been in there for a little while actually. I keep on starting it up, but in reality, like Shadow Empire is going to be. I probably won't ever really play anything meaningful. The only reason I would play Advanced Tactics Gold now would be to get my fix of actually having naval units in the game. I did like them in Advanced Tactics. That was the only sort of real reason for me. Okay, so we're saying there's plenty of people who worked in XCOM 2 at Firaxis, and they'll always be, they're always a separate team to the Civilization team. Like you say, wait and see, but I'm hopeful. Yeah, I think that like they would make money out of an XCOM 3. Like it would sell. And Sithil's saying a lot of developers start off as modders. Yes, there are a lot. Yeah, Cast of Magic too. Yeah, says Ben. That really is an amazing mod as well. Like, what's it, 20 odd years in development for that particular mod. Chris is saying I missed, and still being developed too, by the way. Chris is saying I missed most of the past 20 minutes, Daz. My daughter was phoning me. She asked me about how to do stuff in No Man's Sky. There you go. The source, the repository of all knowledge. Good old Dad. Let's go through a few of the other games that people had mentioned. So we've got Endless Legend. So the Endless Legend was 75% off. So now they are building an Endless Legend 2, I think. It's not Endless Legends. This was a good game. I didn't mind this at all. Yeah, 75% off there for Endless Legend. This is old, but I do think that the game, so it's nearly 10 years old now. So it's an old game, but it was done well, and I don't know why they never made a version 2 of this one. You know, like this one came out a long time ago. Then you had like your endless spaces and stuff like that. But this was always a much better game than the other endless games. It was. It just had, again, the way that the combat worked was really quite fascinating, and I think there's Endless Legend 2 under development, but I'm not 100% sure about that one through there. Roger saying I would also love an Advanced Tactics 2 with Vic's latest engine, basically Shadow Empire without all the people management and politics. That'd be good as well, actually. BattleTech saying I never managed to finish a Firaxis XCOM or XCOM 2 campaign. Got boring so fast. I didn't get the appeal when the original UFO was so much better. I did like it, to be honest, and I did like playing. So I played a fair way in, but I never finished those games. In fact, to be honest, I don't think I'll ever finish an Xenonauts 2 game. To be honest, I think I'll probably end up getting to the point where I wipe out the cleaners or something and leave it at that. As Techik is saying, same with Roger. I mostly play it over Shadow Empire, as I like it's mostly focused on combat. Yeah, I think that there is a argument that playing it as like playing a war game, rather than a 4X, I guess, which is sort of, we've had this argument before about whether Shadow Empire is a 4X or a war game, or a bit of a hybrid between the two. Going back to a pure war game is certainly a nice thing to do. I mean, I love Shadow Empire. I don't think I could play really anything meaningful with Advanced Tactics. Was unbalanced for me. It didn't have the limitations that. But if the lessons about the combat were applied to like from Shadow Empire were applied to an Advanced Tactics 2, that would be pretty awesome. Actually, that would be really, really awesome. Gary Oak saying, why can you have a build order in Caster of Magic and not the new one? You can have a build order. The missing quality of life options in the new one annoy me too much to really get into the new Master of Magic. You can queue up five different things that you want to build, buildings and characters. So I'm not sure what you mean there, Gary. Unless I'm misunderstanding what you're saying. You can definitely queue up. In fact, that's one of the important things to do, is to actually have the build order, so you don't waste any production. So yeah, I'm not sure, unless I must be misreading and I'm misunderstanding what you're saying, unless you haven't played the game for a while, maybe, I'm not sure. So what I was saying to William, only game I got is 1,000 hours in on Steam. I'm generally beginning to people saying they find these games boring. So William actually, XCOM 2 is my most played game ever, says William. I didn't love it because I found the RNG just did my head in, but so that did frustrate me, the RNG aspect of XCOM 2. Tuna is saying, I love the world and world building in Endless Legend. Live long and with the broken money lords. Why bother building something when you can simply buy it in one turn? Yeah. Battlemode saying Vic called Advanced Tactics Gold a 4X on our latest podcast. Yeah, no, he's Advanced Tactics Gold or Shadow Empire. I don't remember him calling Advanced Tactics Gold anything like that, but because Advanced Tactics Gold is not a 4X, and that is a war game. SM is saying not tactically but city builder. Against the Storm is on sale, and it had some big change lately with the seal and with the seal and cycle system. Against the Storm is a great game, and you don't see much about it, but it is the best city builder that I've played. Bar none. It's you can see they're overwhelmingly positive, 95% of reviews. Again, another hooded horse game. Still in early access, only 35% off. So it's not a great deal with that one. But great game, really great game. If you like city builders, that's a really good one. And Pickle Father's saying Endless Legend is pretty good. Only issue with it is that the game's combat is a bit terrible. I actually like that you actually pick your battlefields. The angle that you come in dictates the battlefields. I mean, it's not a great game, but it's a good game. Endless Legend. I'm surprised they didn't make an Endless Legend 2. Now, a few of the other ones that we've got that have been mentioned. So we've got Pandora First Contact is on special, apparently. Now, this is an old game by the same developers as Gladius, and also the same developers as what will be coming for Zephon. So this is 75% off in through here. I'm surprised that that's actually as high as it is, to be honest. And this is a very difficult game to play. Like, it's actually the AI in this one is really hard. So Zephon is coming. It looks like it's been pushed back now to 2024. I thought it was coming definitely in 2023, but that's been pushed back. So I'm really looking forward to Zephon. That's going to be an awesome game. But yeah, Pandora was a game I never really embraced as much as I love the idea of it, but I found it so difficult to actually play. It almost got frustrating at times. But that's there. Other ones I've got in the listing through this side. First, and it's DLC, I think, for 80% off. Yeah, well, close to 80% off it. The DLC, yeah, that's 75% off for me there as well. And what else we got? Yeah, the XCOM 2 games are on sale as well. So they're actually, so we've been talking about XCOM, of course. So they're, if we have a look at the XCOM 2 as an example, yeah, very cheap at the moment. 90% off, wow. And War of the Chosen reinforcement packs. So these aren't on special, but not bad, is it? Okay, so that one's on special there as well. Yeah, and me, myself, and I are saying nasty backstabbing AI. Hi, Monkey Shine, how you going? Other side is at 75%. I don't know that one. It's a weird game, but not a bad one, says SM. Other side, let's have a look and see. It's very positive from 2020. I don't know this one here. I said I don't know this one, and then thinking, oh shit, I hope it doesn't come up and says I've got it in my library, because that's happened before. Hi, Buy Red, how are you going? Yeah, so 75% off there for that one. I've got no idea about this one. It is best turn-based tactics games of the year so far. Would have been back in 2020, which is not that long ago. Very positive reviews in through here, 83%. It's funny, I've seen it. I've got a funny feeling. I thought like when I looked at it, I thought, actually, I do vaguely remember this one, but I don't. Or maybe I looked at it and then thought, too much to learn. You know, like there's too many things that I haven't really. I think I may have looked at it. So yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, no, I haven't played that one, so you're not recommended. Well, enjoy the game. And that's a lot of hours. While I enjoy the game, it's hard to recommend due to the total lack of polish. I bought the game almost 3 years ago, but so few of the issues have been fixed. It's funny for a game that sort of is, like there's a few people that are saying this one in through here. Anyway, I won't read all that, but anyway, that's it's interesting for a game that sort of rates pretty highly. That's funny to sort of see people that don't really like it. Okay, so Legit Spoon is saying XCOM 2 complete bundle is 94% off in euros. Okay, there we are. Have you played On the Western Front? That's pretty good if you're into World War One games. No, I haven't actually played that one. I think I've got it, but I haven't actually played it. So cause I get offered a lot of those games to look at, but again, there's the investment with them is just too much time. When there's other games that I guess I'm more passionate about. XCOM 2 bundle, yeah, that one through there, and Battle Mode saying that Rob covered Other Side. It's a Firaxis XCOM clone tactics game. Yeah, it's anyway. That's where we are. We'll just go back to the Steam Summer Sale, and we'll just have a quick look down and see if we can find anything else that's going on with that one through there. I'll just get rid of my Discord. So if you do want to join my Discord as well, if you're not sort of part of that, you can just jump on. It's not very active, but it's sort of I do check that all the time. So if there's ever a question, I do tend to answer them from there as much as from anywhere. Now we've got Steam Summer Sale. Let's have a look down. What have we got? Steel Division, 75% off. Trying to look at stuff that No Man's Sky 50% off. Not seeing anything much there that is really sort of grabbing my attention. If we go to strategy games, we'll have a bit of a look at those and scroll on through. Anno 1800. That's supposed to be a pretty good game, actually. This one here, very positive. It's not telling me what the actual rates are, but 75% off for that one is good. I haven't played Anno 1800, but by all accounts, it's a good one. There's Age of Empires. It's funny. They keep on remaking the graphics of it, but it's. I don't think I could bring myself back to play any of the Age of Empires games now. It just would feel just too old. Some updates in through there. So if we go with Solaris 75% off and through there as well. Civ Rimworld is only 20% off. That doesn't count. 20% don't count. It's got to be at least more than 50% for it to count. BattleTech's on sale too. A brilliant game with thriving modding groups. Yeah, BattleTech is incredible. The RogueTech mod for BattleTech. I haven't played that for years, but that was really, really good. William is saying Anno has like 4,000 DLC. And Sabosco is saying I really want to try Anno 1800, but there's so many DLC to pick up. It's funny because I thought that was fairly recent, actually. It's, Anno. Let's have a look. Let's have a look and see how much DLC is there. Bundle info. There's not. There's season passes. 29. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. I hate that. I really hate that. Anyway, let's go back to the list. So the base game is on special. That's just ridiculous. When did this come out? 2019. Okay, so it's been out for a little while, but God, how many DLC is that? That's 4 years, 30 odd DLC in 4 years. That's just ridiculous. God, that's just crazy. That's shocking, actually. So Cecil's saying Anno 1800 is good, the best Anno game in my book. Yeah, I've heard that, but God, that number of DLC, it's almost like it would be like not watching the first 3 seasons of Game of Thrones and then trying to pick it up in season 4. By that stage you're already you know, you've either got to go back to the start and start playing with the base stuff and sort of try to catch up. And when you've got that many DLC, like Stellaris would be the same sort of problem. Europa Universalis, you feel like you've missed the boat when you actually, if you don't get in early with those DLC sort of packs, and yeah, it's just frustrating. So by Reddit saying Stellaris better be off when they release it with the Star Trek mod. So yeah, it's funny because I thought that there'd be more sort of work with Star Trek mods in those sorts of games, and Distant Worlds 2 as well. Like I know that there's with Distant Worlds 1, the Star Trek mod was like there was a group building that very, very stringently. And I'm surprised that there hasn't been something with Distant Worlds 2 in the same vein, because it would actually work very, very well to have like probably Star Wars more than Star Trek actually with Distant Worlds 2. Jemison saying, how does RimWorld compare to Dwarf Fortress? It's funny because RimWorld was very heavily inspired by Dwarf Fortress, but really not in the way that it actually runs, but more in the concept of having something that sort of then works in with an existing environment, but it's very, very different. The big difference, I think, is that really with RimWorld you're focused on your actual team, so you've got like a squad that you're managing the squad stringently, whereas in Dwarf Fortress you're not controlling your squad so much as you're controlling your actual fortress. So the focus is different. Like so, Dwarf Fortress you're focused on the building, I guess, of things that go on. The dwarves around you are almost incidental. I mean, you still get to know them, but they're a collective doing the actual building of the fortress. Whereas in RimWorld, for me, it's the opposite. Like it's where each individual character is much more important, but there's less of them. So it does have a very different feel about it. So they're both brilliant games. SM is saying it's different. RimWorld is a much smaller scale. It is RimWorld. Also, the thing that I really loved about RimWorld is that RimWorld was actually set up as a proof of concept for a shooting game, which that was actually how it was first sort of started development. It was actually how to actually have like a game where you can actually get cover if you stand in certain locations. If you're sort of depending on where you are, you're going to then have different sorts of fighting would occur in different sorts of ways. And so RimWorld from that start is much more tactical in that sort of sense. So it's a much more tactical game than Dwarf Fortress, which is great. So they're both great games, but they are even though RimWorld, and let's face it, most of those sorts of games are inspired by what Dwarf Fortress has been able to do, and so it is heavily inspired by that. But it's a very, very different game. Battlemet's saying been playing Stellaris a bit, it's improved, that's for certain. Drexy calls it the 4X junk food or comfort food or something, and I agree with that sentiment. Yeah, I think if any game that you tend to just fall back to, I think is in that sort of category, isn't it really? By Reddit saying, oh yeah, RogueTech counts easily for most of my playtime of 1,400 hours. Yeah, see, RogueTech, another great mod, like an incredibly good mod there for the BattleTech. Actually, we should look up BattleTech. I'll just go and open up another BattleTech. This is old now, but 75% off. When did this one come out? 2018. So it's not that bad. It's not that bad, but it's again that RogueTech mod is amazingly good. And look, the DLC is actually worth getting here as well. The DLC is pretty cheap. And these are worth getting. These are good DLC for this particular game. So that is something that is definitely worth watching. If we just go back to the community hub, I think that you have to go through the Nexus Nexus Mods site to actually pick up RogueTech. That's certainly where it was. BattleTech lore. Yep. Let's just go back to discussions. There's RogueTech in there. Yeah, there's a lot that you have to install. Just do a search for BattleTech. Okay, wrong thread, blah, 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 blah. How many pages? Oh, that's it, okay. Topic has moved into the modding subforum. Anyway, yeah, but BattleTech was awesome. It allowed you to play across the whole galaxy, which was just incredible. It really was great. It was a really awesome mod. Let's just keep on going back down through our little list in through here. Warhammer 2 is 66% off. A bit of a look down, see a bit more in through here. Warhammer 1 is 75. X4 is 60% off. I've got that. I've got to get into it. I've been sort of trying to get used to it. I'm really bad at flight sims. Pummel Party. Yep, that's okay. Humankind back in through there. Yeah, 80%. Furthest Frontier. That's supposed to be pretty good. It's only 15%, so we won't even look at it. Still Division 2. Yeah, I didn't ever really bother playing that one. So look at a few more. 35% off is not a great special there for Against the Storm, but a great game. Age of Wonders. Why? Oh, it's not actually on the not on the list there. I mean, it's not on special, of course. Slay the Spire, 66% off, isn't too bad. Europa Universalis 4, again, so many DLC that you're going to be a long way behind if you do try to get into that one now. But you may be able to pick up DLC that would then sort of work. Yeah, 25% off for Warno is not really enough. Warno is an interesting game. 75 off from Aether Pathology. I thought that was older than 2014, to be honest. Old World, only 25% off. Gloomhaven, 40% off. That's a good game. Don't know that one through there. Well, it's not on special anyway. Oh, that's Stellaris. There we go. Relics of War, 90% off. That's, again, great price for what that actually is. Endless Space 2. I never really liked the Endless Space games personally. They are Billions, only 25% off, so that's not really worth it. Don't know this one down the bottom here. I'll just do one more and then we'll leave it there. Just see if there's anything else that's high enough. No, they're only just 20% off, etc. So anyway, this yeah, it's funny because it didn't seem that people were that interested in the Steam Summer Sale this year or this time around. But well, it is this year, isn't it? It comes out once a year. So what became of the BattleTech revised mod? I don't know, actually. And I don't know if looking in Steam is going to be the best place to do this one. Let's just go to Google. And revised. I don't remember if I've actually played this one. Yeah, Nexus mods. Most of the mods for BattleTech are in here. Aims to create a BattleTech experience with the focus and gameplay at the heart of every decision, using lore as the thematic guide. I'll just get it bigger so you guys can see it. I'm not sure where it actually fits in amongst the other BattleTech stuff. If we go back to BattleTech, $2 million views. That's a lot. 420,000 downloads. Unique downloads 83,000. Wow, that's a lot. I last downloaded it in 2019. This is an awesome mod. When was it last updated? 2021. So it's a few years old now. So I don't think I'll worry about it. But it really was good, the way you could sort of then have everything sort of set out across the like where you could start anywhere in the universe. It was a very, very, very good good mod. Your Dyson Sphere was a good program as well. Age of Mythology is one of classics, says the Grandmaster. It's older than 2014, I'm sure of that. Embarrassed to say that of all the games in the list, Magic the Gathering Arena tops it in regards to playtime, says Jamison. So Age of Mythology is still an oldie but a goodie for me, says SM. Total War Empire says AS Russell, just bought an old game. Yeah, it's I never played that one much. Picklefather's saying there's a bit of a lull in bigger games right now. The sale isn't really offering anything really big at the moment. This was saying I wouldn't wait on a bit of Age of Mythology. There's going to be a port to Age of Empires 3 engine, and the extended edition do have some issues, so wait and see how well the newest Age of Mythology will be. SM is saying Iron Harvest, is it? Actually, that's not bad. So Iron Harvest, let's go back and have a look at that. I've never played this, but it is one of those games that that does look interesting. Yeah, 80% off at the moment for Iron Harvest. There is a few different things in here as well, but it's I haven't ever played that one, but it did look interesting. Actually, how does it rate? Mostly positive, so 75% thereabouts is not too bad. And this, of course, is the real-time strategy game from that board game, and I forget the name of the board game. The board game was really, really cool, actually. It was a very, very good game. Okay, so Bubo is saying, I played their BattleTech Extended 3025 mod, not quite as full-on as RogueTech, with new units, etc. And Saboska is saying, Sister, that game was so good when I was younger and was looking to pick it up. Good to know I should wait. And Byred is saying this RogueTech is not up to date, Daz. They left. Oh, did they? Hang on, because that was really an amazing mod. So look up RogueTech. So where is it? Yeah, see, Nexus mod still features there. There's a Reddit subreddit there for RogueTech. That was interesting that Reddit actually decided to actually go and sort of close itself off for like a few weeks ago. It's 4 years ago, 3 days ago through there. I'm not sure when this one actually does come out. Installation, where you download it from. God, it was always confusing to install. So we've got move the RogueTech launcher into its own directory. Okay, so where is the RogueTech launcher? And when was it last done? It's funny. It's sort of let's go back to the wiki. No, I download RogueTech Core. Just go to that one. It's still 2021. Oh no, launcher updated. So very, very recently. There we go. So there is actually it's in through there. It's a confusing thing to download. I know that I did a video on how to do it back in the 2019 because it was so difficult to try to figure it all out. I think it was the RogueTech stuff that I ended up. That was where I had done a lot of the graphic mods for, like even the flame, like that ChatTactic flaming thing. I think that came out of RogueTech. I think it was sort of like fiddling about. Actually, I'll have a just. This is just a. I'll just see if it was game stuff. There we are. BattleTech. Yeah, this is where I was working on emblems in through here. And yeah, these were where they all came from. So they had to be done upside down for whatever reason in DDS files. So that's yeah, okay. So that's where I was trying to figure out where I did these, and that was because that was the actual BattleTech. That's the one I've still used, but it's I keep on meaning to move across this one in through here. So yeah, that was I think that's on the Nexus mod store. That particular little mod pack. Anyway, we won't worry about BattleTech, but that was fun. I did enjoy playing that. It was again pretty brutal to play it, but it was good. Okay, so have you looked at the latest Songs of Six update, Daz? No, we haven't. I haven't played that for a long period of time, actually. And there was another one as well, Songs of Conquest was mentioned. I'll open up both of these. Is this one on special? No, it's not on special. Not on special, so we won't worry about looking at that one then at this point in time. Songs of Conquest is on special for 50% off, that was mentioned. So that one does actually have the special going for it, which was, again, this is a really good game. This is worth getting if you'd liked Heroes of Might and Magic. This was a very, very good game. What else have we got? Let's see if there's anything else. It's much easier once you get once you got the launcher. It does most of the work, and they have a ticket system on their Discord, and it's quite helpful. Okay, yeah, it's I did find BattleTech brutally hard. Like if you screwed up one mission, a bit like Battle Brothers, like how if you screw up one mission on Battle Brothers, you really are that's the end of you. You're basically done. So that looks good. I haven't seen this. I haven't played Iron Harvest, but it does look good. It does look good indeed. Anyway, I guess that's sort of really this Theme Summer Sale sort of now done and dusted. There wasn't that much in there. Remember last time we did it, like it was overwhelming, like with the amount of specials that were on. But I'm guessing it's good to actually just only really like anything over 75% off is the only things we sort of really have a close look at, which is good. Byron is saying it's much easier now. Yeah, actually we did that one, and saying I kind of seen a lot of Baldur's Gate pop-ups apparently that releases proper soon. I'm not sure about that one. I didn't ever really play Baldur's Gate. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else. Let's have a quick look and see if there's any other Steam news that is worth talking about just briefly. This is my actual Steam thing here. I just can't make it go bigger for the little inset. Just go to the libraries. Just have a quick look and see if there's Keeper RL. Just keeps on getting better and better. There's Songs of Six. I haven't actually downloaded that one. Yeah, Against the Storm. I haven't downloaded any of these. These have actually that's a few things in there. I've got to play this Juno New Origins. This does look very, very good, but I haven't played it. I've had a look at it. Kerbal Space Program also, similar sort of game. And Phoenix Point looks like that just updated as well. Xenonauts 2, of course, coming soon. Yeah, no, there's nothing much else in there. I don't think. Dwarf Fortress updated. I haven't checked out the updates for those just recently. That's only been a couple of days away. If we just go back across and click on Library again and just see the messages. So Dragon Dawn content pack and Wyvern up. That was a couple of weeks ago now. So that one's old news. Solaris mods, Rust. This I loaded this up the other day because I used to play it with a joystick, and in fact I think I mentioned that last week when we were looking at a lot of the Microprose stuff. This is I loaded it up again just to play it with a mouse, and it's still really good fun. I did change it slightly so I can still use the keyboard shortcuts to like pull back on the throttle. But that's a really, really cool little game. Tiny Combat Arena. Like it's I was just wanting to sort of see what it was like. You can see it, that was the last time I sort of played it back in through there. Wayward has got stuff as well. I haven't played much of this one. I've got to test that one out. The Nebulous Fleet Command as well. I found this one really quite difficult, so I sort of skipped over that one a little bit. Kerbal Space Program 2, more development updates. So I'm sort of wary about actually doing much with Kerbal because it was just so slow on my system. Odd Realm. So there's more stuff with Odd Realm. That's a really nice little game. Universe Sandbox, Grand Collision. Actually, that's fun as well. I do like the Universe Sandbox. I don't ever show it, but it's really, really quite a good game. Juno New Origins. This was the old... might have a look at that, actually. There's a major update. So when one came out, there was two clear problems with the progression of career mode. Planes going from gliders to jet engines and crew not being relevant. We took our time because we wanted to get things right, and I think you will like what the result actually is. So this is a different update here where they've got propellers and things. We like things being procedural, giving you as much flexibility as possible. This was based on the game. This was the game Simple Planes, if you ever played that one. And there was a game that came out called Simple Rockets. And this is actually, for whatever reason, they had to change the name. And so I don't know why they changed it to Juno. It's sort of a weird name. But Simple Planes was a great, great game. And so this is actually that same game. And I haven't played enough of it. But it really does look good. Like the last update was in April. Yeah, I'll have to have a look at this one. It was an interesting game. It's basically Kerbal Space Program, but with a bit of a difference. And I think that if you're used to Kerbal Space Program, it's this one's a bit more annoying. If you're sort of used to the physics of Kerbal, it's got a different sort of physics type engine. But there's a lot of stuff you can download. I think if you go to this store page, and is it in there? It's not actually in there. I thought there was a workshop. No, there's no workshop. Okay, forget that. So we'll continue on. Fire and Maneuver. I haven't played that one for a while. That's actually had a lot of improvements. Tome, I haven't played that for a long, long time. Again, I don't like the preset map with that one that you sort of play. Keeper RL will leave early access with the next update. Wow, okay, that's big news. When I launched the Indiegogo. So that is interesting. Wow, that is really, really interesting. Okay, we'll have to keep an eye open for that one there. I'm not sure when that will be. This is a great game. Be very likely to be 2024 before everything is done. Yeah, it may be disappointing that there won't be any major official patches out before then, but this is the way it has to be. Yeah, second caveat is that I still have no idea how long releasing the coming update will take, so there is no release date yet. Besides working on new gameplay, I've also have to cross off things like proper sound effects, Steam achievements, hiring a marketing specialist, etc. It'll be very likely to be 2024. Yeah, okay, that's a shame. I mean, it's a shame for us, but it's an awesome game. It's actually, I'm sorry to see it actually going out and actually enter the actual leave early access, because that's been a really, really good ride. The early access through that one through there. Then we've got Dwarf Fortress back in through here as well, and then if we've already spoken about the release date there for Xenonauts. Scythe is on sale. Scythe is the board game version. That's right, of the other Iron Harvest. Yeah, so that's what that one actually is. Okay, so where are we up to? We've got Bubo saying, "I love the pixel artwork that they have on the Steam main page for the sale." Yeah, it is good, isn't it? And Byred saying, one really niche game that's roomworthy is an amazing cultivation simulator. The depth of that game is ridiculous, but you've got all the styles / theme. I haven't even heard of that one. We'll just have a quick look at Dwarf Fortress. This is STL and multi-threading experiments. So they're still just working on stuff. We're updating the engine to STL from STL to STL2, and there are many optimization to go along with it. So I'm guessing it's going to be a little bit buggy for a little while. STL2 is also the stepping stone to ports. We have Linux compiling and playable. It just needs some testing. There's an experimental multi-threading option in the game settings that make the game even faster. I find the game fine. In fact, I slow it down. This has mostly been the recent work of Putnam, who was a modder, who actually then came into the first employee that they had, actually, I think, as in terms of working with the actual development of the game. So meanwhile, I've started up an adventure mode. The long work of updating menus and adding audio has begun. Hopefully we'll have some progress to show you there soon. as we continue updating Fortress mode as well. Yeah, there's still some things that aren't working with Dwarf Fortress, like the I don't know why they haven't fixed the door, the door mechanics for the Forgotten Beasts. I'm pretty sure that hasn't been done. And for me, that should have been a fairly simple fix, I would have thought. So I think they've got like a lot of things that they're supposed to get to, but yeah, that's one thing that I do find annoying. That was in June 9th. Just trying to see if there is anything there. No, this is all old now. Yeah, so anyway, that's... but yeah, it's annoying for me that the door, like you can just close a door and the Forgotten Beast can't get into your fortress, because that was half the fun, was trying to sort of work around that one. Anyway, I guess we better start to wind up. So I might show Tiny Combat Arena just in case you're interested. It's one of these games that it doesn't take very long to sort of show. So just hover out of that one through there. So I'm a bit worried on Xenonauts. I backed them and one of the characters, but instead of my fake name, they use my real one in Alpha. So I hope they fix that like I asked. I don't know. So Pickle Father Noogle saying they said that they've got a big quality of life update coming, assuming they want to roll out as much as they can in one big patch. Which game are you talking about with that one? Was that actually Dwarf Fortress? I'm guessing. And actually, Amazing Cultivation. We might just have a quick look at that one if it's recommended. Is it on special? Yep, 30% off. Very positive. So 88%. That's pretty cool. I've never seen this game. So it looks like heavy Eastern influence. You face ancient dangers and other sects in your path. Yeah, the pacing looks high. Yeah, I've never heard of it before. So it came out in 2020. Anyway, we'll just minimise that for a second. And Subical saying, yeah, I kickstarted Xenonauts 2, sent in all my details and they never made me. Oh, okay. Look, I'll mention that we spoke about it to Hooded Horse, actually, and just if I remember, maybe I'll forget. But I will mention that a few of you, were on the Kickstarter and had some problems with the naming or something like that. So anyway, I'll try to remember to do that one. It's usually when I finish these sessions, I sort of end up going to have a bit of a break, and then I forget things other than the giveaway at that point. So anyway, the giveaway. Let's do the giveaway. Let's get this one done. So what we'll do is the giveaway today, as I say, is Total Conflict Resistance. So we will actually have that one for giveaway, which is this game through here. I did mean to play that a little bit during the week. Actually, I was going to show actually, it was the other one on special. Sorry, if any of those Microsoft games are on special, I might just have a quick look at the what's it called? Tiny. Wasn't that one? What was it? Under modern, it was the Tiny Combat Arena. Okay, let's have a quick look. Is this on special? 35% off. This is something that some of you may like, and again, I'm only playing with a mouse, but I'll just show you what it looks like. I don't know if we did this last week. I can't remember if I fired it up, but I know after we looked at it last week, I did actually then go back in and because it has had some updates just recently as well. And so I can't remember if we played it last week or not. So if we just go into quick battles, you do have like arena campaigns and things, but quick battles, you've got like a What's this? Free flight. So you've got different missions. I'll just do like a dogfight one just so you can sort of see it. But you can set up the all sorts of different things in through here. Like if we just end up with a actually, how do we do it? Actually, I'll just cancel that one. I'll just leave that one there. But if you start the sortie, you can just play with the mouse, which is fine. And there goes the others. If I press T, I should then pick up the targets. So there's one. I sort of fall out of my seat when I'm doing these. It's a very simple little game. But I'm useless at it. If you can get close enough, you can get them. Someone been shot down? Just can't quite get it. There we go, got him. Anyway, that's Tiny Combat Arena. It's actually a really, really good little microprose type little simulator. So it's very, very cool. Like, you know, with the different sorts of different graphics, it really does work very, very well. You do actually have like a campaign mode where you can sort of dictate what goes on with the I don't know what all the reticules on the actual screen there are. You do actually have there is actually like ground combat and stuff as well that you can sort of get involved in. But very, very cool game. So, but we did, at least we got a kill. Wasn't totally embarrassing. You got like your gear and stuff. But even with a mouse, it's actually not bad. I mean, of course, I'm not going to actually forget how to do the whoops, bang. That's the end of us. Okay, I forgot where the throttle is. Anyway, the throttle's there somewhere. But it's actually not bad playing that game even with a mouse. It's actually not too bad at all. Anyway, let's get into the giveaway after that one. Let's exit the game. But that's a nice, simple little fun game to play if you are wanting a little sort of beer and pretzels type game. That is pretty cool. That's just Tiny Combat Arena at 35% off at the moment as well. Now, the giveaway. So we'll go and get Marbles on Stream ready. While that's loading in, we'll just go back across and get the other bits and pieces. Yeah, perfect landing. Well, we did land. We landed on the wheels, which is at least the start. But it's fairly forgiving. The game is most flight sims that I've ever played. It's very hard to know where the enemy actually is, but I find that one's not so bad. It actually sort of does a pretty good job. Let's just go across and just go back across into here. We'll just do this one as Nightbot. And we should be okay here. So we'll just go into giveaways, and I've got to think of a keyword here to use. Again, if you if you don't want the game, still just put your name down, and if you don't want it, just let me know, and I can then give it away next week. I've got a few keys now to give away, so we've got like probably about a month's worth of keys to give away at this point in time with different games. So, but this will be what we do in through this side. So I'll just go bang. Will be the keyword there. So if you guys just want to type in bang into the description, you'll then be in the running. So Taranga's saying perfect land is when you can walk away from it. Yeah. So well, we didn't manage to walk away from it. So Sobical saying, I'm just downloading Marbles on Stream. I'm going to be too late, aren't I? You don't need it. You don't need it. It purely is. I just run it. All you have to do is put your name in the just put keyword of bang in the chat, and you're in. So it all just goes straight from there. So you don't need the game. The game is actually a streaming game, like as in basically it's just running for streamers. So, and if you look, and anyone who doesn't actually have doesn't get in with it, I'll still actually probably just include everyone in there. And if you don't want the game, that's fine. Safia's got bang, bang, bang. So I'll just let it go there for a little bit longer. Have a bit of a quick drink. And we'll grab Sublime text. We have last time. We had a good number last week. 37 we had. All right, so that should be about it. So one Mr. Dude, I know Pesky Quiet Man is coming in. So at the moment, Pesky Quiet Man is our last one. No, Brendan Peach is the last one. Did I give you guys enough time? I wonder. Just copy those. Okay, so Brendan is the last one in the list there. No, Jennison, are you in there? Just go back again. Just grab them. Yep, the Jennison there. Okay, we'll just go this way. Control C and Jack as well. Did I get Jack? Yep, Jack07. Yep, we got it. Got you in there. All right, here we go. So 34 today. All right, that's good. We'll just go and save that. And just go back across. Just minimize that for a second. We'll play, just go to the race. Really doesn't matter what we play, really, does it? Just go Marble Factory and see what that one does. So we'll just go back to simulation, go to the settings, add names, clear that list, open our new list. I've got a couple more there, so I'll just open this one up. Marble names, open. So we didn't get Alternative Realms and Resmelin. Are you in there? Yep, okay, so I'll add you guys in manually. Realms, and we'll also add in Resmelin. Alright, so that's everyone, I guess. So it's got 36. We'll just finish that one off and get rid of settings, change the number here to 36. And good luck, guys. Here we go. We're going into the race now. So, yep, good luck with all of you with this particular race. Got no idea what this map is actually like. Now, is it... I keep on forgetting. Hang on. I'm just going to... Before I get started with it, there is actually something I did actually write. T is slow-mo. So I can actually do the slow-mo by using the T key. Here we go. Okay, so we've got a fairly involved one here. Start the race. So it goes a fair way down. It's got a long way to go. We've played this one before, haven't we? This is actually one that we have actually played. So who's going to be the first one out of the chute down the bottom here? You've got to go all the way back up the top again. I think people fall off this one. Oh, looks like Charank is the first one down. No, Ben is. No, it's Wiebenholz, sort of hitting the lead in through there, coming up the escalator, the travelator, and back into here. So it's Wiebenholz out in front. We've got Monkey Shine, Charank, Battle Mode, Antonio, Sithel, Sorbicol. Wiebenholz just out in front at the moment, but very, very close here with Charank and the others. So we'll just have a quick look down through who's the first one through into this particular list. We haven't dropped anyone off just yet, I don't think. Okay, Brendan is the first one out. So Brendan Peach. Straight through by Red, caught up in there. And Brendan got straight through here. Good stuff. Legit Spoon is now taking the lead. And you're going to try to make your way through here. And it's Alternate Realms. Gee, you're lucky you got in there just at the end there with the and Wiebenholz in behind. Oops, this could be dangerous. Robert Barron coming third, Tenru coming fourth. Alternate Realms out in front at the moment. Yep, they're still out in front. Got a superheating. Actually, we haven't played this one. This is a new one that we haven't actually tried before. So we'll see how we go. Now, that looks like it's very hard to get ahead in through there. We haven't lost anyone yet, I don't think. This one, there may be a change in through this side. There's still a little bit to be done. That's where it's going to probably get interesting. Well, Robert Barron and Weebenholz, they've both come straight through. So Robert Barron out in front is maybe picking up the key. Oh, here comes Mad Hat Raven Desk straight through. Robert Barron. Oh no, Mad Hat has just gotten through. Who's going to win this one? This is going to get quite interesting. If I press T, I then go into slow-mo mode. So we've got Mad Hat Raven Desk out in front. Buy Red has fallen off, so Buy Red is out of the running. So Buy Red, you were coming second. You are now going to come last. Robert Barron, Tenru. Now Tenru is coming through. Bit of speed in through there. We've got Dweebenholz back in through this side. This is for the win. This is for the win. I've got it in slow-mo mode at the moment. Tenru has now hit the lead. And who is going to... Oh, no, it's now gone back to Mad Hat Raven Desk. We've got Robert Barron is actually now just hitting the lead as well as we come into the final thing. It looks like Robert Barron might have the actual win here. And... straight in. Now, is that the end of it? Yep. Robert Barron, first one to cross the line. There we go, Mad Hat Raven Desk coming second, Tenru coming third. Well done, guys. That was really close. I'll just press T again. We'll just go back to normal speed. Weebenholz coming in fourth. So there we go. Congratulations. That's good. We've got a few others, like Roger has fallen off. A few of the others have actually fallen off the back end there as well. We'll just wait for the others to then make their way through. We've still got people Dave's way back over here. And Lynette Freiberg is miles behind. Is it still actually moving? Oh, it's been destroyed, I think. Yeah, no, Lynette's gone. So we've got the Ricardo, I think, is now the one that's coming, is our last place at this point in time. It's still on the actual map itself. The others are still coming through the chute. So congratulations, Robert Barron. What I'll get you to do is I will actually get you to email me, and that way I can then send you the keys. Wow, there's some of those like back in there, like Dave and Ben got through that last one very quickly. So I'll just put my email address in the chat, just so you can sort of go and add it. So it's so if you can shoot me an email at that email address, there we go. Winner Robert Barron, well done. That was really exciting, actually. Like it was that was anyone's game, wasn't it? There at the very end. Last man going to get burnt, says Monkey Shine. We'll see the final results, so you can see where you came in the actual list itself. So we do have a lot of finishes, which is good. So first was Robert Barron, second was Mad Hat Raven Desk, third was Tenru, fourth was Weebenholz, Monkey Shine fifth, Urusok sixth, and then sort of Brendan, etc., all the way down. So it's interesting. Alternative Realms was actually miles out in front there at one point, but ended up being quite a distance behind as we sort of go through. Ben finished. A lot of people didn't finish. So Bubo, Buy Red, Charank, Jeff, Roger, Sithal, Sapior, Juan, and Lynette Freiberg, with Ricardo being the last of the finishers at 4 minutes. So that was pretty cool, actually, like 2 minutes 30 for Robert Barron and down to 4 minutes there for Ricardo. So congratulations. So yeah, if you can, so Robert Barron, if you can actually just shoot me an email, that would be great, and then I can shoot that key out to you. And for the rest of you, I'll hopefully see you all next week. So thanks for being part of this again, and still got a couple of weeks before like the release of Xenonauts 2, but I will be able to sort of start to stream it as of the end of this week. So I'm looking forward to being able to do that one through there. Well, guys, going to leave it there. So it was good fun. That was a good map, actually. That was a good one to sort of see what went on. And yeah, we'll leave it there. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next week. Or if you're on Twitch, I'll be definitely on Twitch as well for the coming week.